Okay, please open your textbook to Lesson 5. It's called More Two-Step Equations, and we're on page 482. It's going to look like this. Now, since it's two-step equations, remember that in the name, we're going to have to do two things to undo it. Okay, so if you follow with me at the top, an equation like 2 times the quantity of W plus 36 equals 114 is in the form of P times the quantity of X plus Q equals R. It contains two factors. A factor means multiplying, so one factor is P and the other factor is X plus Q. So we're doing P times X plus Q. And it's considered a two-step equation. Okay? So we're going to look at this example. It says 3 times x plus 5 equals 45. Well, what did we do before when we had 3 times something equal to 45? So if you can write this off to the side. When we were multiplying, to get rid of multiplying by 3, didn't we divide both sides by 3? Well, we want you to recognize that this is the same thing. It's 3 times something equals 45. So to get this something, this x plus 5 by itself, watch what we're going to do. 3 times this equals 45. So to get rid of multiplying by 3, we're going to divide both sides by 3. And watch what happens. 3 divided by 3 cancels. And we're left with x plus 5 equals 15. 15 came from this. And now we're down to a one-step equation. To get x by itself, we have to undo adding 5, so please circle these. Remember, we want to zero out the additive inverses. And we're left with x equals 10. So take a look at example 2. This problem says 5 times something equals negative 30. So to get rid of this 5 times, we are going to divide both sides by 5. And when we divide this side by 5, the 5's cancel and we're left with n minus 2. When we divide this side by 5, we get negative 6. Then to undo subtracting 2, we're going to add 2 to both sides, zero those out. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4. Just to review, when you bring your book up to me, I would expect to see all of these notes like I've been doing. And now let's look at the got it questions. So the first thing we're going to do is decide where our two sides of the equation are. So on this side, it's 2 times something. This whole thing that's in parentheses equals 20. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of that coefficient of 2. Those cancel. Bring down what's left. X plus 4 equals 10. And then how do you undo adding 4? You subtract 4. Please circle these and make sure that they zero out. And you get x equals 6. Okay, so please continue and do the same thing for B and C. I expect to see this much work over here and over here until you get down to a final solution. Pause the video and finish those and then restart. Okay, the top of the next page just throws at you a rational coefficient. Rational means a fraction. So this time we have 2/3 times something equals 10. So in previous lessons, how did we get rid of multiplying by 2/3? Well, we multiplied by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply by 3 over 2 on the left and 3 over 2 on the right side of the equation. Please cancel these out. So you can see the 3's cross cancel, the 2's cross cancel, and we're left with just n plus 6 here. for 3/2 times 10, remember that 10 is really 10 over 1. So as you can see, the 2 and the 10 cross reduce. You multiply across. 3 times 5 is 15. The denominator is 1. So then to solve this, to get rid of adding 6, please circle the inverses. Those zero out. Subtract 6 from 15 and you get 9. Okay. Same thing if the rational coefficient is a decimal. How do you get rid of multiplying by 0.2? Well, you would divide both sides by 0.2. So we're going to cancel these out. And we get c minus 3 equals negative 10 divided by 0.2 is negative 50. Then to get rid of subtracting 3, we're going to add 3 to both sides. Those zero out. And you have negative 50 plus positive 3 to get negative 47. So at the bottom of the page here, let's look at D, E, and F. So for D, we have 1/4 times something. So to get rid of that, we are going to multiply by the reciprocal of 1/4. So make sure your book shows this. I turned this letter into a times sign so that we could see the inverses. 1/4 times 4 cross reduces to just 1. So we're left with D minus 3 equals negative 15 times 40 is negative 60. Now how do we get rid of this minus 3? Well, you add 3 to both sides. Again, make sure your work looks like mine. We're going to zero these out. We're left with D equals negative 57. Okay, I'd like you to pause the video and do E and F the same way, showing your work. Do not come up to me and show me a single answer. I would expect to see something like this. Alright, so then turn the page and you need to do 1 through 4 in guided practice. I will give you a little hint for 1. And I'll give you a hint for 4. Okay, once you have these 4 done and you've got solutions, bring it to me and I'll check your whole book and then you can start the book work, which is posted on the board.